last 11 years. I was born and raised in Wisconsin, but left when I was 18 to join the U.S. Army. Came and moved back here in 2004 and been here ever since.
That's it.
Hi Anthony, my name is Lucas. I'm 15 years old and now I'm a student. I'm doing the Senai. I think you don't
No, you don't know.
You don't know what is this?
It's a school.
Yeah, it's a technical school in Brazil. For me, the English is it's a mother language of the world, and we need this language to grow more and more, and that's it.
And make
Very
your
nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
make your question. Make your question. Yeah.
Okay. Anthony, do you have notion about taxes in Brazil? IPVA,
I'm sorry?
do you have notion about the taxes in Brazil? IPTA, IPTU?
No idea.
Sorry.
No idea.
Taxes.
Do you have notion?
Do I know of the taxes in Brazil?
Yeah.
I know some of the tax system in Brazil just because we have a manufacturing plant in Brazil. I'm not very involved with that, but I do understand that the tax system, as far as I'm concerned, is a little concerning. So it's a very different system than here in the U.S. But obviously the government has their hands into a lot of things, so it's not something that I'm not accustomed to. It's just a different system.
Okay. And changing
Subject.
changing the subject. It's common in the USA speak a second language.
It's not very common. I guess the most common is for foreigners that live here to be able to speak English. So you're more likely to run into someone that is not from the United States that does speak another language. The drive here for Americans to learn another language has increased just because people are more willing to leave the United States and go to other countries to either live or work. But the majority of the people that speak a second language that live in the United States are from other countries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, yes. Anyone can come follow the sequence. Okay, one from here. Okay, you. Very good. Introduce yourself and then you make your question.
Hello, Anthony. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is William. I study English 6 months in the school in Galdino.
Okay.
I study engineering in university. My occupation, my job is sales and medicine. One question for you. What's your opinion about death penalty?
The death penalty. My opinion is probably right in the middle as far as killing people. I have a very subjective opinion when it comes to the type of crime that somebody's committed. I definitely feel that people who murder someone should obviously not be incarcerated, which costs us more money. I believe that those people should receive the death penalty. I know that there are different circumstances for every specific case, but kind of my background and being in the military, I'm a very firm believer of an eye for an eye, which definitely means I'm a strong supporter of the death penalty in certain circumstances.
That's it.
Thank you.
My name is Ed Carlos.
Good morning.
Good morning. I study engineering production in Brazil.
Okay.
My occupation is quality coordinator. Is what's question for you? What is your opinion about the politics in Brazil?
I have to say I'm not 100% in the know as far as the politics in Brazil. I know that there are certain political issues that are going on there. I am not ashamed to say that I don't know, just because I don't have the connection as far as needing to know. But it is something that I'm aware of. The corruption and things like that. I'm always aware of those types of things, but do not know the specific details in order to give you an actual informed opinion. So I'm sorry I can't answer that specifically, but I do know that things aren't perfect there. Believe me, politically things aren't perfect here in the U.S. either.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Can I interrupt a little bit?
Sure. Yeah.
Hey Anthony, how are you doing?
Yes. Good, Bruno. How are you?
You can make your comment and you sit
I'm
here.
doing great. Excuse me. So, I'm Bruno, 28 years old. I'm productions engineer student as well. So I think these positions are growing here in Brazil. We need, yeah. And so my question is different, but as you told us, your opinion about politics in Brazil, and how about your politics, about the politics in USA?
Well, of course, as I said, I was in the military, so I have a very strong opinion of our political system here. One of my main concerns is that we have people that run the country, that run it from behind a desk and don't really have a firm view with what's going on outside of their own back and forth with other political people in other countries. So I feel like there are things that we need politicians to do. Unfortunately, I feel like they've lost touch with some of the common people here in the U.S., as well as the soldiers that go out and do their dirty work. So I don't have a very warm feeling about a lot of our politicians, because I don't feel like they know who they're representing anymore.
Oh, that's nice. And my question is more about the army in USA. As I saw in your LinkedIn profile, you worked at supply chain sergeant in USA Army. That's right. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. How does it like, and how does it work for you? How the things you needed to deal with in your job?
I've been asked by a lot of people here at Hootsmeister, just people I run into on a regular basis that ask me about it. By far, it was the best job I've ever had, mostly because there wasn't a lot of people trying to step over the top of it. There's a lot of teamwork, a lot of helping each other out to accomplish the same goal. And I think that's part of the thing that is lost as a civilian, is that there's a lot of worry about oneself and not a lot of concern of how the team is doing, how the person next to you is doing. I'm not sure how that is in Brazil, but I'm starting to get the opinion here, after being a civilian for over 11 years, that a lot of people are out for what's good for them and not what's good for the group.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next one.
Oh, you?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Rachel. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Fine. I'm 26 years old. I'm also an engineer. And I was born here in Bragança, and I raised there. I was raised here. Nowadays, I'm working with logistics at Multilaser. It's a components company here in Brazil. And
Okay.
my question for you is simple. It's a simple question, but what do you think about people working so hard here to learn the English language? Did you get it?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it broke up a little bit there.
Okay, I can repeat. What do you think about people learning, working so hard to learn another language like English? What do you think about it?
It's motivating, I think, for me myself to see other people with so much desire to want to learn another language. I wish that more Americans would be conscientious of, other people that are trying to do this and try to do it on their own as well, because I think there's a certain arrogance with Americans as far as not wanting to learn another language because they feel that everybody else should learn English. I'm not in that same line of thinking, just because mostly from being in the Army, because I've traveled to several different countries, and I don't expect people to know English, so I feel like I should step outside of my comfort zone and be able to communicate with them on their level, because I'm in their home country.
Yeah.
I also am in the opinion that people that come to America don't need to be fluent in English. They should just be able to try. I mean, I think that's what we all should be trying to strive for, is to communicate on any level, whether it's Portuguese or English or Spanish or German or whatever. The only way that we're going to be able to kind of coexist as human beings is if we're able to communicate. And if everybody's kind of doing their part to do just a little bit to be able to do that, I think everybody can kind of meet in the middle and be able to do that, to be able to communicate on some level.
Yeah, that would be my second question about your impression, and how do you act when you talk to different people that speaks a lot another language. So you already answered it. So I'd like to thank you for being with us. I'd like to say that it's important to us to talk to some native English speaker. So I'd like to wish you a great weekend. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Clap, yes, let's go. So, are you okay so far, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Great. What is your first impression? Okay, could you? Bye, Raquel. Thank you for coming. What is your first impression about this conversation? Yeah.
I think it's great. I'm hoping that I'm speaking slowly and clearly enough, because I'm trying to get in my head that when I'm speaking with both you, and we have a German intern here as well.
Okay.
So I'm trying to make sure that I'm speaking English clearly and slowly enough to where we can stay on the same page, because I know it's difficult with native speakers, because they tend to speak a little fast. So I'm trying to slow it down a little bit. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not using a lot of slang words.
No, but I mean, I do want you to use a lot of slang here, just to, this is...
I don't want to teach any bad habits.
Okay. But just try to be as natural as you can, because this is what is important for us here. Great, thank you. So?
Anthony, my question is, it's cold there?
Is it cold?
Yes.
It's extremely cold. This morning when I woke up to go for my run, it was 0 degrees Fahrenheit here, which I think is 27 below, 26 below.
26 degrees below zero.
Wow.
Gosh.
It's very cold this morning. The temperature air-wise is cold, but the wind is about 15 miles per hour.
Wow. That's it. Well, I'm sorry I cannot say the same here, because it's extremely hot in here. We are air conditioning here all the time here, because I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Well, I've seen that just about everybody has shorts on, so I kind of had the impression that it's...
Yeah. That's it. Okay, Bruno, go ahead.
Good morning, Anthony. My name is Bruno. I'm 26 years old. I am studying engineer production with Bruno. I am married. My occupation Brazilian in analysis engineer in ATP.
ITP.
ITP. My question for you: what do you think about same-sex marriage?
Marriage.
Same-sex marriage.
Yes.
I really don't have a personal issue with it. I think that there's a lot of religious beliefs that go into whether or not people like that. Myself, being Christian, I believe that God didn't put anyone here to judge somebody else. That's His job. So I think that everything has to do with the individual person or persons being happy with their decision. And at some point, when as my belief system goes, some point when they're standing in front of God, I'm sure that God's not going to judge them on the fact of who they loved, but how they performed while they were on earth.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony.
Very good.
You're welcome.
No claps? Very good. Habib, next. Okay.
Hello, Anthony. Good morning.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
It's nice to meet
You don't fit in the camera. I think you've been lifting too many weights.
You get it?
Thank you,
This is all he wanted to hear from you, guy. That's over. Yeah.
He's done now. He doesn't even question it.
That's my question.
Okay. You just made his day. That's fine.
My question for you is about teenage driving. What do you think about teenagers driving their cars at the age 16 years old? And why only some states in USA permits this situation?
As far as I know, all of the states permit it.
All the states.
Not just some.
Oh,
I know that the legal age here to drive by yourself is 16, but you can start driving at 15 as long as you have an adult with you. It's basically called your temporary permit. So at 15 years old, you can go and get your temporary permit. My daughter didn't do it till late, but I know that there's several teenagers here that do that, and they end up driving from the age of 15 to 16 on the temporary license, but they have to have a licensed driver over the age of 18 in the vehicle with them. And I didn't know until recently that those people that are in the vehicle with them have to be related. It has to be a parent, or it has to be a brother or sister. It cannot be just a stranger driving with them. Otherwise, it's against the law.
Jessica, can be like a cousin, another kind of relative, just in like this first degree.
I haven't run into where the police have pulled me over and said, "Hey, who are you?" But I would guess that it has to be someone directly related to you. If they check the ID, I'm guessing you have to have the same last name.
Okay.
But I haven't looked into it. I just recently found out that is the case. It can't just be someone who's of age.
Very good.
It's nice. And what do you think about? Do you think that's nice, or that age is okay to start to drive?
I think the age is okay. I haven't noticed any big problems with it, but I kind of look at the system in Germany and how they have to wait so long to be able to do it. It's more seen as a privilege as opposed to here, where I think everybody just thinks it's supposed to happen when they turn 15 or 16. They should be able to drive. I think if you wait longer, people tend to look at it as more important and maybe drive a little bit safer because it took them so long to get there. It's just so easy to attain here that I think certain kids take it for granted.
Okay.
Take it for granted.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, that's my question. Thank you for the
Okay.
answer, guy.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you again.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Next one. Tati, of course.
Hello, Anthony. My name is
Hi, Tati.
Ah!
She always says.
You made her day. Yes, you remembered her name. That's fine.
Her name is Teddy. Not Teddy. Teddy, right? Teddy?
No, not Tati. Wow. First of all, are you in your house?
I'm at work right, actually.
Second house.
Yeah, my second home.
Because there are two flags in front of and
Behind.
I think
Behind.
behind
him.
behind you,
Yeah.
yeah, in front of your house, behind you, and so nice. I would like to ask you if in all houses are there flags in front of the houses? It's common in the USA or no?
It's not extremely common. On my block, I can probably count. There's about 20 houses on my block, and maybe 5 to 6 of them have a flag out front. Some of them, when different seasons, like when football is popular, there'll be, our team football flag will be out front. But for me, it's usually a flag that's related to the military or the United States flag.
Okay. And now my question for you about our classes is about religion. And I read, okay? What do you think about the people who kill themselves for religion's purpose, like Islamism religion, and put children to learn to kill people? What do you think about it?
Of course, I think it's real easy for us to say from the outside of the religion that those people are crazy. But I was in Iraq for a year, and I had direct contact with Muslims, and I think that there's a different sect of the Islamic religion that has taken certain pieces of their religious documents and made it and twisted it into things that they wanted it to be. So I obviously don't agree with people running around blowing themselves up in the name of any god, because I don't think that that's anywhere in any religious documents. And like I said, I think certain people have taken those words and made it mean something to them that it wasn't really intended to be.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you so much. I hope
You're welcome.
there are so many people to ask you now. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Next one. No paper. Wow. That's it.
Good morning, Anthony.
This guy is prepared. I'm afraid now.
Good morning, nice to meet you.
You as well.
My name is Luciano. I have a marriage.
I am married.
I am married. I have three kids, 3 children. And how do you think about your opinion about the USA leadership around the world?
Can you repeat your question?
How do you think about USA leadership on the world?
Uh-oh. Okay.
Did you say what do I think about the leadership?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry, Obama is not here. He's not listening, okay? Go ahead and speak up.
It's a very difficult job to run a country of millions. So you're never going to please everyone. I think that there's good things that our leadership is doing, and I also think that there's things that they have yet to address that are extremely important. They don't really know.
We turn off the
Or
Wi-Fi.
people that come to work,
have Wi-Fi.
have families and things like that. And I think that most of our leadership has lost touch with that.
Okay. Thank you. And the pleasure for you.
You as well, Luciano.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. Very good.
Together to see him you are
Yeah, that's it.
father, because you
That's
you
nice.
speaking like the same voice.
Voice. Okay.
Gestures, it's the same.
Anthony, yeah, we have here family studying together here because Luciana is Lucas' father. Can you just go there?
Yeah, the same.
The same guy.
The same guy.
Just a couple years of difference, nothing more.
Hello, Anthony. My name is Leandro. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Hello, Leandro.
And my question is related with the Luciano questions. How do you feel about your current government?
My current what? I'm sorry?
Your current government.
Government.
I think that there are some things that they still need to do. I'm not sure if they will do them. That's always the big problem. Is they're being pushed by people who have money and agendas specific to what they want, and a lot of the people, the smaller people like myself, we don't have the voice that we should have sometimes, just because a lot of the politicians and their agendas need money, and we're not the ones out there with the money giving it to them. We're out here, trying to make a living, doing our daily work. So the people that don't have money sometimes lose their voice, and their opinions aren't always heard.
Very good.
Do you know about the politics crisis here in Brazil?
I know very little. I do know that there's some problems. I would definitely say, in comparison to the United States, there are some bigger issues in Brazil that need to be solved. So as far as the specifics, I'm not aware. I do know that there are issues that do exist, yes.
What do you think that is the best way to Brazil to pass through this political crisis?
No.
That's a hard one. Burning everything and start again. That's a deep
I think if I had the answer to that, I'd probably win the election down there. So
Yeah.
I don't have a specific answer for that. I'm sorry. That's a big one.
How can I say bomba nuclear?
Yeah, nuclear bomb.
Nuclear bomb, you can, just rain some other
Okay.
Let's see that.
maybe 2 or 3 will solve our problem.
Okay, thank you so much, Anthony. It's really a pleasure to talk with you now, and this is an important moment for us to practice our English and learn from
Native American.
It's very nice. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Nice meeting you, Leandro.
Very good. Claps? Hey, no claps? Hey. I'm just afraid you don't speak English as well as I do, Anthony, but that's fine.
Hi Anthony, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. And how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Well, my question for you is that why did the US become so powerful, and when did it start? Because we know all of the countries want to look like the US. They want to follow the US rules, governments, and so on.
It started in 30.
Well, I think a lot of it, unfortunately, is due to the fact that we were involved in a lot of world wars. It's just a kind of unfortunate fact that those events kind of built our country. Kind of in parallel to that, as you gear up for war, you build things, you have new technologies, and those new technologies other countries want. So I think a lot of the industrial part of America growing up is kind of what made America big, and then the fact that you could come here as a foreigner and have a chance at whatever life you wanted. Most of the foreigners that came here in the early 1900s were leaving because they were oppressed by their government. They were persecuted for religious views or things like that. And I think the fact that if, that they knew that they could come to the United States and get away from those types of things and be able to do what they believed was right, regardless of what other people thought. And they could come here and work hard and be able to have things that they weren't able to have in their own country, a home, stable income, raise a family. I think those are big things that in like kind of a welcoming way, kind of a handshake sort of way.
Thank you very much for your answer. Very nice.
You're welcome, Juliana.
Have a great day.
You too.
Very good. And let me ask you, Anthony. Just a while ago, before Ju was preparing the question, she used the term matrix. Why did the U.S. become a matrix for the word? Is that correct? Is this matrix? Would you say that?
Matrix or blueprint?
Blueprint, yeah. Just like a model for the other.
Correct.
That's it. Okay, Ju? Very good. Next.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you. My name is Marcela. I'm 21 years old. And my question for you is, what do you think about the guns control in USA? In Brazil, we don't have the situation, but we know that it's a problem in USA. And what do you think about it?
Going back to kind of the answer that I gave Juliana, I think here in the United States, we have certain people that take advantage of the loose gun laws, which then causes panic because then, people want things in place that don't allow everyone to have guns. The majority of friends that I have do have guns. They're not out on the street shooting them.
Rick Rice.
They're either using them for sport, or they collect them, or they go to specific places to fire them and enjoy them. But then again, you have this small percentage of people that use them illegally, purchase them illegally, and it gives guns a bad name, period. So people get afraid of guns instead of kind of respecting the fact that people should be able to have them, regardless of if it's a collection or if they feel like they need to have them for protection. So I'm not a big fan of putting laws in place to strip people of having guns. I think that it's the people that are causing this to happen. The specific people that are going out and doing these bad things or committing crimes are the ones that are making it bad for everyone, even the ones that respect having guns and respect the law.
Thank you.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Next.
Renato.
Renato.
That's Renato too.
Renato, this is my fake name.
Hello, Anthony. My name is Renato. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Renato.
I am 24 years old. I start English since August last year. My question for you is, what's your opinion about people who leave their countries to seek about life in USA?
Better life.
Better life in USA.
I think it's very inspiring. I'm also very humbled that people think that the United States is such a great place to live. I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm just saying that it's a very humbling experience because I already live here. So it makes me feel like it is a great place when you have people that want to come here and want to experience it. I think they're correct in wanting to do so. But I'm also a little biased because obviously I live here. I've lived here for the majority of my life. I have had the opportunity to live in other countries also, but I've always seemed to make it back here to the United States. So I definitely think that people who want to come and live here and kind of contribute to what we have here in the United States should definitely look into doing so.
Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you.
You're welcome. You too.
Very good. Yeah. Next. Julia.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Julia. My question for you is, what do you think about the racism?
Racism.
Racism.
Yeah.
This is a very personal topic. I'm not sure if you can tell because it's wintertime and I don't get in the sun very much, but I'm white and African American.
African American.
So when I was very young, I had to deal with racism in school.
I don't know.
It's a difficult thing because when you're young, you don't really understand it, and even now at 38, I still don't understand it. So I disagree with it. I think that there are specific. I would be more inclined to dislike the person over disliking the fact that they're a different race. But that's me, and it's kind of because I know what it is personally. So it's still an issue here in the United States. I think a lot of people downplay it, mostly because they're ashamed to admit that it still exists. But it's been around for a long time, and I think until we start to kind of know other races outside of the color of their skin or the different clothes they wear, it's always going to exist.
Okay, thank you.
Very
Anthony,
Very good question.
please.
Very good question.
Do you say I'm white?
African American.
African American. Can you explain to us this expression? I'm white. And
So I guess that's probably using the color thing is also very racist. So I'm sorry to cause the confusion.
No problem at all.
My mom is actually Scottish and Irish, so the color of her skin is obviously white. It's just something that, as an American, I think we do just out of habit. But my father was black, African American. So when my mom and my dad got married and had me, it was in the late 70s. So there was still racism was kind of out in the open then. I think now here in 2016 we've done an okay job, but we've done an even better job, and I say this very sarcastically, we've done a better job of covering it up than we have of actually addressing the problem.
oh, thank you.
Next.
Fabi.
Fabi. The last but not least. That's it.
Hello, Anthony. Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
You too.
My name is Fabiana. I think you know about the opportunity in Pennsylvania group.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I thank so much for you spending your time with our class. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
I had improvised my English here because my question my friend asked for you, but we want to know when you will come to visit us in Brazil.
Yeah.
So good.
Based on the temperature here, if I could leave today, I would.
It's a good pleasure, the opportunity to talk to you. It's so important. Our
Development.
grow up with English. I think do you need to come visit here our class?
I think if I have the opportunity to, I definitely will. Of course, with work and just the cost involved of going, I'm not sure when it'll happen, but if I have the opportunity to do so, I definitely will come to Brazil. You guys would definitely be on my list to come and visit, but I think Brazil in itself is definitely a place where I'd like to see and visit. And, I've heard very good things about Brazil, outside of the fact that the politics is not so great.
One day, yes, I do be able to afford your visit here. Just be sure about it.
Okay, I'm writing it down here, Renato, that you said that.
Very good. Okay, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Sure. Yes.
Hey, buddy. Did you see me?
I can.
Okay. So we know about the consumerism in USA. The people is really consumerism. And what do you think about this? Because maybe we can change devices, cars, some things like that, and these things is really good, but the guys continues with this
consumption.
What do you think about it?
Well, I guess I can't say anything too bad, seeing as how I am one of the consumers.
Yeah, you are a buyer.
I think that obviously, as a society and as a growing economy, you have to be able to buy things. On the other hand, I think that glorifying buying things and materials is something that we need to address. I know that here in America, the big push is to have a lot of stuff. Me, myself, I get things that I like. Obviously, I try to keep things in perspective, though, and get things that I need, not just that I want. That doesn't obviously apply to everybody because some people have more disposable income than others. To my kids, the value of money, not the value of things. So I'm hoping that, in passing that on to them, that other parents are doing the same. But everybody is brought up differently, and everybody has their own specific opinion. They may not believe what I believe, but I think that you can never have too many life experiences, too many friends. You can always have too much stuff.
Yeah.
That's
your point is really great. Yeah. Thank you. And once again, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. It's really, really nice.
Very, very
well, and I know that everyone there feels like they have to thank me, but from my end, thank you for letting me be involved. I think for me, I take away from this the fact that it's another experience that I've had that I can say, hey, I have these friends in Brazil that I can talk to. It doesn't obviously I already speak English, but I feel like if I can help you guys in any way, it makes me feel good leaving from here today. I'll think about this. I won't just hang up with you guys and move on with my day. I'll think about this throughout the day and hopefully have passed something on to you that you can use throughout your day and throughout your learning.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes. Can you please just keep it recording here?
So Anthony, guy, let me sit here now. Yes, I do. So Anthony, thank you so much for this great moment. We've been meaning to have this situation that we finally made it. Thank you so much. You can be sure this is going to be something remarkable, unforgettable. I hope we can do that more often. Of course, you're pretty busy,
But thank you so much. Okay, thank you. God bless you.
You're very welcome. Thank you all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let's try to take a. I think it's not possible to take a picture. Yes, a selfie. Let's try to take a selfie before we close up here. Let's see if it's good.
And Anthony, did you see me? Do you see?
Yes.
Can you see? Yes. I've watched Nelson Mandela movie recently, and he said, the education is the way to move the world, to change the world, like that. And I say to you now, you do that, because we know the English is so important to us, and the English makes us the great opportunities. And then you change our world with this time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, very nice.
Well, just know that with you being able to speak English and Portuguese, you have a way to connect two worlds, not just one.
Wow, nice.
Wow.
Now,
That's the point.
now let's take a selfie here, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. Everybody?
I'm here.
Where?
Okay.
Yeah, just to get here. Okay. Good. Okay, Anthony. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry to bother you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
God bless
Yeah,
you.
bye.
Bye-bye.